Hi, I'm Rosie and I'm news editor at the Mancunian.
Hiya, I'm Rachel, she, her pronouns. I'm the Postgraduate Research Officer at the Students' Union.
So, what are your priorities as Postgraduate Research Officer and what are you doing to achieve them?
Okay, maybe big question to start, but that's fine. So I, when I was elected back in February, my ideas statement kind of had like 3 things in it. So that was like bridging gaps, it was improving well-being and just platforming PGR voice. I think since I've taken on this role though, since I started, start of July now, I guess, I've kind of seen my priorities like come together in a way, so it's like one big priority for me now, and that's all to do with PGR support, actually, support specifically for everything and anything that PGRs do that's not their thesis. So rather than focusing on like the academic thing, just the research output, and kind of concentrating on everything that goes around that, and kind of trying to see PGRs as people, not just researchers.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, that sounds great. And how do you think the Manchester student community benefits from the Students' Union and sort of your role within it?
So I think for me in particular, I think PGRs can benefit from the Students' Union. I think that they maybe don't always like think that they can, so I think that's something that I'm trying to show, that the Students' Union can be for PGRs as well. I think sometimes there's a bit of a stereotype maybe that the Students' Union is just for first year undergraduates to get a cheap drink, but obviously it does so much more than that. Obviously you know that, like we've got student media, there's like 500 odd societies as well, so I guess it's just like the Students' Union is so much more than just a pub. I want PGRs to know that so that they can benefit from it.
Yeah, no, that sounds amazing. And do you think that PGRs have felt like they're benefiting from it, so far?
I'm not too sure. I think a lot of the work that I've been trying to do so far is just like increase awareness of what is available at the Students' Union, that PGRs are entitled to, that can access, that can benefit from. So I guess I'm hoping that the more PGRs know about all of this, the more they can benefit, that sort of thing.
Definitely. I wanted to ask you about, well-being, because doing a PhD can obviously be very intense. And, according to the most recent SU Postgraduate Experience Survey, which is for the 2024-2025 year, only 43.8% of postgraduate students said they felt good about their well-being, while 21% actually rated it as poor. Students called for better emotional support, and some even mentioned experiencing a toxic environment. So I was just wondering, given this, what specific actions have you initiated or that you plan to initiate to see real improvement in mental health and support for PGR students here at Manchester? Yeah,
that's a really important question. I am I don't know, sorry to hear these statistics. I do think it is a shame, and it shouldn't be the case that so many people feel isolated doing a PhD. Obviously, because as a PGR you are the only person doing your research, there is big opportunity for isolation to occur, but that's not to say that it's okay, and it's also the case that I'm wanting to do something about it. So I think the main thing, or one of the main things that I've been doing recently, is working quite closely with the University of Manchester Postgraduate Association. So that's UMPA or UMPA, I guess, depending on how you say your U's. So I've been working with Avinash, their president, to try and get this association going a bit more, so that PGRs can have a sense of community there. They can connect with other people over things that aren't their thesis as well. Another thing that I'm doing is trying to put together some sort of resource. I think it's going to be definitely on the Students' Union website, and hopefully signposted to elsewhere, which kind of brings together all the support that is available to PGRs. I know that there is support, I just don't think it's always the easiest to find, and I don't think it's the easiest to access as well. So I'm trying to sort that out a bit. It has been a bit time consuming, but
do you think that's been your biggest obstacle, sort of?
Yeah, I think just how what's the word, like compartmentalized or like siloed like things are. I'm just trying to like take stock of it all just now, basically.
No, sounds great. I think it's really important, so sounds good. You've also previously said that diversity, equity and inclusion aren't just buzzwords, and we were wondering how you are integrating these values sort of into your work. Or you plan to integrate these values.
I think that this is something that I try to like, I don't know, do like in my like everyday life, like in everything that I do. So my PhD actually, in my PhD I conducted like an intersectional analysis of a few different feminine figures in the Hebrew Bible. And you know, doing that I was really aware of like combinations of like privileges and oppressions, and like people's different backgrounds and experiences, how all of that, sorry for hitting the mic there, like play into like a person, like who they are, what they do, how they experience things. Doing that I kind of like had to like situate myself in my research too. So you know, I have a lot of privilege, like I'm aware of that. I'm a white like middle class woman, but then like along with that, you know, I've had some like mental health problems in the past. I'm also a lesbian, so you know, these things like play a part in like who I am and what I do, and I think with that understanding, that's kind of what I apply to like everybody in a way, like trying to meet everybody where they at, who they are, how they are, that sort of thing.
So do you have sort of any ideas of what you think you could implement, you know, to help other people feel supported and, you know, included in the community? Or do you think just, you know, those values that you have yourself, you just kind of want to extend to other students?
Yeah, I think I'd maybe say like both of those things. I think something I'm really keen on like showing or raising awareness of is that there's not just like one way to like be a PGR, there's not just one way to like do a PhD, like we're all so different, but I do think that we should all still have not, you know, the same treatment, but like a good treatment. So I think for me it is like looking at like maybe the biggest obstacles that like maybe like a more marginalised or minoritized like group of PGRs face, and then trying to deal with that in the hope that that kind of betters everybody in a way.
Amazing, thank you. You know, and finally, I think many postgraduate students here at Manchester continue to worry about high fees and value for money. I just wanted to know if you had any specific steps that you've taken or you will take to ensure that students see tangible benefits for the money that they pay, you know, in their studies.
Yeah, that is really, that's quite like an important thing. Obviously I'm very aware of the cost like of coming to uni, and how that makes it like less accessible for a lot of people. So your question was around steps that
you've either taken or could take.
So I think this is maybe where like the work that I do with the other executive officers comes into play. So as a team, like as well 8 individuals who work in a team, we've got a big priority around the material conditions of students. So what we are really wanting to do is educate university staff, like from, I don't know, the lecturers that we interact with all the way up into like Duncan, like the university exec, about, I don't know, well, the fact that there's no such thing as a full-time student anymore, is there? Like people are working, people have caring responsibilities, they're commuting, all of that things, all of those things. So I guess it's kind of like an education like education work we're trying to do with uni staff about I guess the situations that students are in now, and hoping that making these uni staff aware of all of these things will then give us like grounds to push for better support for students.
For sure.
That's what we're hoping. Anyway, we started the education, we're going to push on for the next steps next term, I think.
Okay, amazing. Sounds great. Well, thank you so much. I think that's
Fab,
all the questions
thank you.
that I had. I don't know if there's anything you wanted to add about your priorities going forward that we haven't already discussed, or
I think we've touched on
Amazing.
everything. I think
Great.
like big thing for me is PGR support. That's kind of my individual priority, and then team priority is thinking about the material conditions of students.
Amazing,
So glad I could chat about them.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Nice, thank you.